Today we're going to learn how to create volume in an organic form using hatching and cross-hatching technique. Let's start by choosing a simple organic shape. For example, an apple. It's round, smooth, and has gentle curves, perfect for practicing volume through line work. You could also use similar forms like a pear, stone, or egg. Lightly sketch the outline of your organic form with a pencil. Keep your lines soft and simple. You're just defining the outer shape, not adding details yet. Organic forms don't have sharp edges, so your contour should flow smoothly. Decide where your light source is coming from. For example, let's imagine the light is coming from the upper left side. That means the upper left part of the apple will be lighter, and the lower right side will be darker. This is where we'll add our hatching and cross-hatching. Applying hatching, building the first layer of volume. What is hatching? Hatching means drawing a series of parallel lines close together to create tone, texture, and a sense of light and shadow. Each line contributes to the density and direction of shading. How to apply it? Follow the form's curves. Start adding hatching lines. These are parallel lines that follow the curvature of the apple. For an organic shape like an apple, don't draw straight lines across. Instead, make your lines slightly curved, following the roundness of the surface. Let the direction of your lines wrap around the form. By curving your hatch lines slightly, you'll begin to suggest the apple's 3D shape. Imagine your pencil strokes are wrapping around the object. This gives a 3D illusion. Control the light and shadow. Where the light hits the surface directly, the highlight area, use fewer or lighter lines. As you move toward the shadowed side, make the lines closer together and darker. This gradual change from light to dark creates value transition, the key to showing volume. Line quality matters. Use smooth, confident strokes and avoid scribbling and uneven pressure. Vary your pencil pressure. Lighter for bright areas, heavier for deep shadows. Try to make each line contribute to the sense of form rather than just filling space. Direction suggests form. On a sphere-like form, like an apple or an egg, curve your lines horizontally around the form. On a tubular form, like a banana or a limb, your lines might follow the cylinder's direction. Think of your hatching as a map of the form. Your lines describe its structure, not just its tone. Adding cross-hatching, deepening shadows and volume. What is cross-hatching? Cross-hatching is when you add a second or more layers of lines that intersect your first layer at an angle. This layering creates darker tones and richer textures, perfect for showing gradual shading and depth. How to apply it? Lay the second layer of lines. Once your first layer is in place, add another set of lines crossing it. Common crossing angles are 30° to 45°, but the exact angle can vary depending on the shape. Make sure these lines also follow the contour of the form. They shouldn't be random or flat. Vary density for tonal range. For light areas, apply one light hatching layer. For midtones, add 2 crossing layers. For dark core shadows, add 3 or more layers, each in a slightly different angle. The more layers, the darker the tone, but always keep control of spacing and direction. Mind the flow. Even though cross-hatching involves crossing lines, try to keep the overall rhythm of strokes consistent. Lines should flow in a way that feels organic, echoing the form's roundness. You can gradually lighten the density of cross-hatching as you move from shadow to light to avoid harsh edges. This helps the shadow fade softly and maintains the illusion of gentle curvature. Check contrast and light direction. The darkest area should still align with your imagined light source. Step back to ensure the shadows look natural and not flat. The goal is gradual, believable depth. Finally, you can darken the core shadow, the darkest area opposite the light. Tips for both techniques. Keep your strokes consistent in direction within each layer. Avoid pressing too hard. Build darkness through layers, not force. Turn your paper if needed. It's easier to draw confident lines in a comfortable direction. The space between your lines should gradually change, not abruptly. Think like light. As you hatch and cross-hatch, imagine light gently falling over your object. Light areas, few lines, open space. Midtones, medium line spacing. Shadows, multiple crossed layers. This mental image helps you shade with purpose, not just pattern. Once you've built up your hatching layers, step back and check the contrast. Straighten shadows where needed. You can leave a few spots of untouched paper to show highlights. That's where the light hits the strongest. These highlights help the form feel real and rounded. Final touches. And lightly suggest a cast shadow beneath the form to anchor it on a surface. Now your simple line drawing of an apple appears solid, three-dimensional, and full of volume, all created through thoughtful use of hatching and cross-hatching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon in the next one.